reason I think running barefoot is healthier is that with less jogging and jarring motion in your body, which is inherent if you can't feel the ground, you are more gentle with yourself. And that's the basic principle. If you don't want to break something, be gentle with it. So how do you be gentle with it? Well, it's hard to be gentle with something if you've got thick gloves on or mittens on. You need to be able to touch it in order to know, like if you're catching an egg, if someone throws an egg at you, you don't want it to break. It's a lot easier to catch it without it breaking with your bare hands than it is without being able to feel it coming in. And the wedge gets a lot of play in the media, and I think it's because if you get rid of the wedge, you can still wear shoes, so you still have something to sell, maybe. But I'm become a total, I guess, Ken Bob acolyte as far as the purist is concerned, because the real education, the real benefit to running barefoot comes from being able to feel the ground, to know what it is you're stepping on, the millisecond you're stepping on it, so that you can keep yourself relaxed and adjust accordingly. And the adjustments that you make to keep your feet happy, so your feet feel good, play out to the rest of your body, not having any jarring or jogging motion. A good example is like when it's really hot out. I'm not going to run barefoot because it'll hurt my feet. So probably you could say that's sort of a tangential way that running barefoot keeps me safe, because if it's really, really hot, probably shouldn't be running anyway. But in other, like running downhill, I have to keep my pace very quick, and I can't stomp, I can't do any of that because it'll hurt my feet. Before it hurts anything else, my feet are going to hurt, right? Before, if I heel strike, if I can do that in a shoe, it doesn't hurt my feet. My feet are protected, but the rest of my body is experiencing that jolting action. And some people I think are obviously either very durable. Dean Karnazes comes to mind. Like when I watched him run, it makes me cringe because it's like so antithetical to what I try to do as a barefoot runner, because he's like an action figure. He's like, but he can run way more than I can, and he's obviously a very tough and durable person, and that's cool and that's great. But I'm not a tough, durable person. I can't seem to run. I wasn't able to run more than 30 miles a week in shoes, and even if I didn't get iliotibial band syndrome, the difference in how I feel after my long runs, or any run, is night and day. I'd go home after running and I'd be covered myself in ice packs and frozen peas and and just hobbling around and just being miserable, and I'd be done for the day. Now I'll be tired, don't get me wrong, I'll be exhausted, but my legs still feel alive, my body still feels like everything works. And if it's a really hard run, my feet might be sensitive for a few hours afterward, but then I'm back to normal after, in a few hours. The key is, first word is relax. Relax, 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 relax. You cannot be tense. And that's one of the reasons I like running barefoot is anything that tells me to relax, I'm like, okay, that's cool, that means it's not working. So relax, keep everything nice and loose. You can't scrunch your shoulders, you can't keep your legs stiff, you have to keep your knees nice and bent. And in fact, everyone wants you to stand up. If you want to take off your shoes, in fact, if you're cool with taking off your shoes, take off. A way of trying to figure out how your body works and the best way to figure it out yourself. Because really, I'm not going to really teach you anything. I'm just teaching you how to listen to your feet. Feet will tell you what to do. So knees bent. Instead of squat down. Now think short from the waist down. As short as you can, but as tall as you can from the waist up. And go ahead and just stick your butt out. Try and feel like your butt. Okay, that's not what you want to do. So what you want to do is just do a little pelvic thrust, hands on your hips, put your knees in tight. Got it. Let's give it time once again. Not like my dating myself. But squat down, hips a little bit forward, and shoulders relaxed. Head, everything is like this block is directly on top of this block. which is directly on top of your pelvis block, which is a little bit over the edge of your legs block. Does that make any sense? So you're a little bit over. And just lift up your foot, straight down. And next time you lift up your foot, try lifting from your toes first. You won't necessarily actually lift from your toes first, but you want to have a full foot lift. So that prevents you from pushing off that way. So just like this. There you go. Excellent. Other foot. Just kind of nice and easy. There you go. You can do that, you can run barefoot. That's basically what it is. So you go a little bit faster, kind of a little bit of play. Now if you got the space, now don't go over here. If you got the space, you're going to come a little bit forward. Don't like do this. Don't like exaggerating on it. But what you want to do is pretend you're on hot coals. And that's kind of the trick. In fact, usually that's one of the little mental thing I do when I'm messing up. If like my form isn't right, or sometimes it doesn't feel right, my feet are hurting. I think, all right, what would I be doing if I were running on rocks right now? And in order to know what it's like to run on rocks, you have to run on rocks, which is why I don't really advocate learning how to run barefoot in any kind of footwear. Because in order to run in the footwear, you have to know how to run a zip barefoot. If you don't know how to never run barefoot, you don't know what it is to run like as if. Follow me? All right, so come forward just a little bit. All right, now when you jump, now just a little bit backwards. There you go. Don't trip over anything. Forward. That backwards is kind of the feeling that you want to get. You want to maintain that kind of foot turnover when you go forward. Cool. A little follow the leader here. We're just sort of nice and easy, and you want a really fast cadence. 180 is usually what they say. I like to do like 200. And I determine how to go. I like to pick a song. You know, I mean, one really easy way is you can look at your watch. You don't need to like count anything out. You can just look at the seconds and make it a point. How does that feel? Right? So kind of, and it, you know, you can once you learn to like generate a little bit of speed, and you can do it for distances. And the whole point is, if your foot wasn't twisting, if your foot wasn't scuffing, if you weren't pushing off, you won't get any twisting. What's that? Oh, yeah, that's an excellent point. I am a big believer in getting heel to touch. I think it's the full foot landing is, I mean, you've got all that surface area to support your weight. You know, why not use it? What I do usually, and this is where it's going to vary from person to person. I usually land first right here. I just like, and it only gets a bajillionth of a second before it sort of goes out like that. How I want it. So it's like that. And that's something else I want to consider too. Part of the reason, you always want things lifting the toes, you don't want to tense your toes, but if you land like this, because also your foot is going to smooth out. That causes friction, that's rubbing. If you're like this, there's no friction. So then you can go forever. Another thing too, the upper torso and everything you don't want any bouncing. You're not leaping, you're moving through space. You're like you're on a unicycle, or kind of like a Segway, really. I've never actually been on a Segway, but I've seen those weirdos, and but it's kind of like, you know, it's kind of the same thing. Just little slightest bit leaning forward, and that takes them really, really, really fast.